We all go through hardships in our own life, and we do go through hardships nowadays, but we may not recognize what hardships that we've had in our past that come back to resurface later on in life. And this has been coined as shadow work, recognizing those traumas, those past experiences, and how they form us into who we are now. And by learning them, we can emerge to become a better individual than we ever have been because we see the darkness that was within us and we brought light to it. We brought knowledge to what was once ignorance. And this is the key. So let us address the shadows in every step of our life. Shadow work refers to reflection onto that which we may not see about ourselves. In this simple exercise, we will be asking questions, otherwise known as the Socratic method, also referred to by Larkin Rose as the candles in the dark method. For the youth, what are we doing on social media? How many children end up getting hurt or trafficked simply by having online access or playing online games and being contacted through chats in the games? Where are the parents? Whenever there's a tragedy on the internet and we see there's a bunch of news reports on this individual did something in this school and it caused a bunch of problems, do we ever ask the question as to where are the parents? Why are we, their parents, their protectors, not caring about what our children are doing online? Now, I don't have children, I'm not a parent, but, maybe one day. But the point is that this is for all you parents out there, or anybody in general who has to care for the youth. I mean, we do have to care for the upcoming generation. If we care about the truth and we care about the ideas that we find so important, the next generation is what matters. They're the ones that are going to bring up the following generations. And they're the ones that are going to live in this age of mass information even more than what we had, and a bunch of artificial intelligence more than we can conceive of right now. And so why do small children have access to games while connected to Wi-Fi? There is a way to protect them. Download the games onto a tablet, turn off Wi-Fi, and if the games don't work without an online connection, perhaps find alternatives. And what about family playing together? What about playing in nature? Anonymous sent me some of these questions. Thank you, Anonymous, whoever you are. And, it's very good points, because what if your children are being exposed to a bunch of things and you are unaware of it because they're just consumed in this device? And you can't see what's on the device, only they can see what's on the device, unless it's like some big screen. But even then, they're endowed in that curation. What about nature? What about all the other experiences they can have? What about with you? Could you share their experience? Nonetheless, you can maintain open dialogue between you and your child. This keeps children safe and is simple enough for any parent to do. TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, which is also known as X, Instagram, and other social media sites can be influential and not the best ways for children anyway. So why harm them with that content when we simply need to start caring, be there for them, and protect them? If we as adults don't protect our children, who will? Why would we want to put social media in charge of raising our children and influencing their young, innocent minds to the point of suicide or other horrible things? We need to remember that if we stop caring, our children will be destroyed by the influences that they are exposed to online, in school, or somewhere else. Protect your children. It is your responsibility. A shared care for one another, a bond can be formed. What does responsibility mean? The ability to respond. Do you have the ability to respond when your child could be at risk of online harm? And remember, if our children experience trauma because of social media influence, their young minds will struggle to mature as they age. They will be stuck in childhood even after they become an adult. Is it worth it? Even without social media, children are having so much peer pressure and stress. Why would we want to double or triple their stress? Children long for direction, love, hugs, caring, and spending time with those that they love, and social media can never truly give them what they truly need. But we can give them what they truly need. Children deserve to be raised by caring people, not by devices. Now, for adults, do you know an adult that seems stuck in life? It could be you. Where did they get stuck? Imagine our life is like a chapter book. Now you may have many chapters of your book that are already written and finished as well. But for some, even though lots of chapters are finished, there may be one or two chapters that just won't stay closed. Why? Because there wasn't closure. It keeps popping up to the same place, and oh, how frustrating can that be? So if you happen to have a chapter that keeps opening up with memories that can't be put away and left alone, maybe some healing needs to be done. Or maybe there needs to be an important talk with a specific person that is in that chapter of your life. Or you need to figure out what went wrong there. If we can finish each chapter, then our focus can be much clearer moving forward. So this is what we have to do. We ask ourselves questions like these that I proposed in this video, and we do this internally in ourselves as well. So maybe you have a journal, you have a way to keep yourself accountable, you have a reflection technique, maybe you go out into nature, you take a walk, and you really think about things. You're not distracted, you're not busy, have to always do things. You take the time for yourself. And it doesn't mean also watching television or being on social media. That's not a way to relax and really clear your mind. Okay, because you're still consuming a bunch of things. Even worse, a lot of it can go into your subconscious more than you recognize consciously. And this is why, you can read or watch something, and then if you go to sleep right after, you're going to dream about a bunch of things, and you're like, where are these dreams coming from? How did I come up with this? It's because all these ideas and all the symbolism and everything that you've seen throughout the day seems to then go into a deeper part of ourselves. And people have long tried to explain how this process works, but ultimately we do know that people are influenced. People are tempted. People have attachments. People have desires, and that leads to suffering. And people are very much in a consumer, yang-based mindset in today's world, at least from what we can see, which is also left brain imbalance. So if you can observe the patterns of what most of society is in, then see, do you fit in with that society? And then your old self and your present self, you can then become more aware of your true, authentic, honest self. And by doing this whole process, we build resilience, preservation. No matter what the odds are, think of you have some desert and it's like very crackling, and you have a plant going through the cracks, because that's what plants can do. Plants can show themselves. The roots can bring to life a tree that was cut off from the dead. Okay, so if you have a strong foundation, you build those roots. It doesn't matter what will happen to you. You can have suffering in your life and it won't be your whole life. It'll just be an experience, and it will actually help you emerge stronger, not weaker, because you view it as merely part of the process. Your mindset is very important, which is why we have to address the shadows and the things we don't see, the ignorance, and get rid of it with the light, with knowledge. By getting rid of it, I mean recognize it, because you can't get rid of it. There's going to be hardship. There's going to be problems. You must be ready for it, okay? And the truth is, life is quite unpredictable. So you're not really going to be sure exactly how things are going to play out. If you overthink it, that can be a problem too. So the best way to handle these problems might be a presence-based practice. One where you are staying present. You're not worried about the future. You're not stuck on the past. But these are just some tips of my own to share. If you have tips, share it in the comment section as well. And if you want to share an article, I'll turn it into a video for you, like I did with this anonymous article. Go to theliberator.us. That's theliberator.us. Thank you very much for watching.